to everybody over here. I am Kamal Azira binti Kamaluddin. My ID number will be 2016-709-211. I'm here today to present to everybody our group assignment for subject Principles of Economy ECO120. This is considered a group presentation, which is we need to present to everybody about inflation and the unemployment in the United Kingdom. Before that, I would like to share to you all that I have one partner for this group assignment. Name is Miss Maria binti Jafar. We are from class MBT 5A and our group number is 60. Okay, first of all, I would like to tell to everybody about the economy. I think nobody alert. So I think that everybody was alert about the economy. Since our country also have our own economy, and each country they have their own economy also, whether they grow up or they go down. Okay. For our groups, we are choose United Kingdoms in this project assignment because we know that we can gain so many information about this country. And for the first of all, I would like to explain to you all a little bit United Kingdom backgrounds, such as the country, size, location, population, and also the ethnic. And the introduction of the United Kingdom. United Kingdom is a rapidly developing country and has a very stable economic status. In the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, commonly known as the United Kingdom of Britain. It is located on the northwestern part of the mainland Europe. The latest data collected by the United Nations, based on a world meter explanation, Britain's current population is about 68,074,687 people as of January 11, 2021. It means up to January for this year. According to the United Nations also information, the total population of the United Kingdom by mid-2020. According to the national statistic, there are more than 20 ethnics that live in the United Kingdom and more than 5 regions being in United Kingdom. Here I would like to share to you all a little bit about the ethnic. Okay, first of all, we have the ethnic from the group 1. Okay, that's come from the English, Welsh, Scottish, Northern Irish, British Irish, Gypsy or Irish Traveller or others white. And the second is from ethnic Asian or Asian British. This is belongs to the Indian, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Chinese or others Asian. And the last one is from the black ethnic. We have African, Caribbean or other black ethnic. And the 5 religion that I told you just now, the biggest is the Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, Jewish, and also the last one is the Muslim. We're still in the introduction of the United Kingdom background. I would like to share to you all about the economy, the data of economy. This is related to the GDP, which is we call as a gross domestic product. In the world, United Kingdom knows as the 5th largest economy on nominal gross domestic product, or else we call it as GDP, with the 9th largest country for the purchasing power parity or PPP. This country is the most important force in the 19th and early 20th century, and it is also the world's first industrialized country. The United Kingdom in the rank 50 in the world of the high index rating in human developing and for the high income on the economy. Other than that, I would like to share to you all with animals' world-class influence in the economy, political, scientific, and military, and also the technological interests it is managed to remain a major power and also been recognized as a nuclear weapon state. And the last one, in the military expenditure of the world, United Kingdom is in the rank number 6. United Kingdom has been a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council since 1946. We're still in the introductions of the economy, UK, but this is more to the inflation rate. More to the inflation rate in United Kingdom. As per information that we gain from the web, in 2020, consumer spending decreased significantly. And other than that, among the factors that cause of this situation is that there are restrictions on some sectors of the economy, such as recreation, tourism, and this causes consumers to choose to save from the spending. So the economic growth quite slow. And when concessions to restriction are met, unsustainable demand will lead to the price increase, especially if services and offers on goods are reduced, as there are still businesses that are still unstable. In addition, there are also opinions that say rising unemployment will lower wages, thus prices, and in addition, hope that restore the situation in this stage. Time should be given for adjustment. Economists Manoj Pradhan and Charles Goodhart have suggested in a new book a deeper reason to anticipate inflation. We're still in the introduction also, but the economic data, and continues about the unemployment rate. Since August to the October 2020, estimates show a significant increase in the unemployment rate and record a total reduction in workers, while the employment rate continues to decline. In August to October 2020, it's estimated to record a total reduction in workers and point to a significant increase in the unemployment rate, while the rate of job opportunities is declining. This is more for the effect through the inflation, which is giving the opportunities for the unemployment to get rise up. The employment rate in the United Kingdom is estimated at 75.2%, 0.5 percentage point lower than the previous quarter, and 0.9 percentage points lower than the previous year. The United Kingdom estimates the unemployment rate at 4.9%, 0.7% points higher than the previous quarter, and 1.2% points higher than the previous year. The UK economic downturn was estimated at 20.9%, 0.1% point lower than the same period of the previous year, but largely unchanged from the previous quarter. I would like to share to everybody about our principle of economy subject and the concept and definition for this title, for this chapter. And I would like to share to you all and explain a little bit about the concept and definitions of economy itself. The concept is divided from two, which is, we call it as a microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics can be defined as the branch of economics that studies decision making by a single individual, household, firm, industry, or level government. It is more to how much to produce the product and how much the price is determined. It's quite different from the macroeconomics. The macroeconomics is the branch of the economics that studies decision making of the economy as a whole, such as inflation, unemployment, money supply, and also the national income it is a cover very big. It's a cover very big part of economy, and the macroeconomy is the chapter that we need to explain to you all in this presentation. Okay, we're still in the concept and definition. Okay, for the macroeconomics, we have the objective on macroeconomics itself. We have two objectives, which is we can look through the conventional perspective or the Islamic perspective. But on this current presentation, we are strongly need to share from the conventional perspective itself about the macroeconomics. And before that, I would like to explain to you all about the inflation. Inflation is the sustained increase in the general price level of goods and services in an economy over the period of the time. It is different about the unemployment. This is a situation where people are without work and actively seeking work. The prevalence of unemployment is used to measure unemployment rate. I hope that through this presentation, everybody is clear about our input that we need to share to everybody. And we still in the concept and definition. Through the macroeconomics, we have the objective. Okay, the objective we look through the conventional perspective. Okay, number one, in this macroeconomy, we need to achieve the full employment. You can see at the first point, full employment does not mean there is no unemployed or jobless people in the economy. It's meaning to say, even though we are fully employment, but it doesn't matter, say that no unemployment or jobless people. It is difficult to assume that full employment refers to 100% of the labor force is being employed. The potential benefits of full employment in an economy are that it can optimize the available resources efficiently. Other than that, the crucial consequences of the unemployment to the economy are wastage of available resources and also social problems. Number two, to achieve price stability. A high degree of inflation rate that is associated with a sustained increase in the general price level can be disastrous to an economy. To the consumers, inflation directly influences their purchasing power. The quantity of goods and services purchased will be less if inflation is high. It is due to our money currency. Our currency is very low at the low point, and a lot of consumer will take action to save them from spending more. Maintaining price stability is beneficial because it means uncertainty and disruptions in economy are avoided. It means consumer and business can safely pursue long-term consumption and production plans. And number three, to achieve economic growth. Economic growth can be described as expansion in national output over a given period of the time. As long as the nation achieves economic growth, it tells us that the economic performance is positive. It means to say, if the consumer buying something at a certain times, it shows that our economy's growth towards something positive. However, an economy will not always encounter an upward trend Over time, as economies tend to experience short-term ups and downs in their performance, this is called a business cycle. And number 4 is to achieve an equitable distribution of income. It is necessary. Why? It is because to ensure that the economic growth of the nation is shared equally among the population. Generally, policymakers try to ensure that there is no wide gap between the rich and the poor. And the policy is too important to make sure that the economy grows in a positive way. And this is to ensure also that all people are equal in terms of standard of living. Disparities of income will create social friction and bring out many problems. We're still in the concept and definition. I would like to share to you all about the unemployment and inflation. As you can see, I would like to share to you all about the market price. Market price is referred to the current price in the market through the force of demand and supply. If the demand is high, of course, supply also need to go high. And market prices are the actual price paid by the consumers. Number 2 is the factor cost. Factor cost is the price of output that is valued based on the cost of factors for the production. Therefore, factor cost is known as the actual price earned by the producers or sellers. And today, the last slide from myself is still in the concept and definition. Public policies. Public policies. Policy itself is about generally directed to achieve particular objective like targets of inflation, unemployment or economic growth. The policy is very important for each country on the economy itself. Sometimes other objectives is like military spending or nationalization are important also. There are referred to as the policy goals, the outcomes which the economic policy aims to achieve. To achieve these goals, governments use policies tools which are under the control of the government. So, means to say the policy, the public policy of the certain countries controlled by the government of that country itself. This generally include the interest rate and money supply, tax and government spending, tariff, exchange rate, labor market, regulation and many other aspects of the government. Means to say over here, I would like to tell to everybody, public policy in each country is more important, which is all the policy maker need to be made sure that all the data collected must be equals and it will help to improve and establish the economy of the country itself. And also this is included for the United Kingdom country. And for today, I think I will be sharing to everybody about the inflation and unemployment rate in United Kingdom as our presentation today. And the rest of the information will be sharing by my partner, Miss Marlia binti Jaafar, but followed by the other slide. And I think that's all for today, and thank you very much for everybody over here, and please do support us. Assalamualaikum.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Marlia binti Haji Jaafar. My student ID is at 2016-910-477. My group is number 16. My partner is Kamal Azira binti Kamaldin. So the title is the employment and inflation rate in UK, which is country-specific unemployment. In England, no difference was made between the employed and the homeless in the 16th century. For those who do not have a job, their choice is very clear, which is to choose to break the law of starve. The percentage of the workforce belonging to the employed has been termed the official employment rate in the UK. The term here is also known as labour force or economic active population. Country-specific inflation. There are several important categories that affect the consumer price index in the UK from the year 2016 till 2020. The first is transportation, representing for 16%. Second, recreation and culture by 15%. Third, hotel and restaurant for 12%. Fourth, water, electricity, housing, other fuel and gas accounted for 30%. Fifth, 10% food and non-alcoholic beverage. The consumer price index also includes communication, health and education, tobacco and alcoholic beverage, which accumulated for 11% of total weight. Country-specific public policies. The formation of the White Work Centre network in the UK reflects the belief that the provision of high-quality evidence can enhance public policy decisions. The literature on evidence-based policy shows that national technocratic models believe in the complex and controversial nature of policy processes and the work centers. Country-specific public policies means principal government and sector have different forms of accountability but common value commitment to integrity, objective, openness, honesty and leadership in the development and delivery of policies and services to the public. Government and the sector have different but complementary roles. The free and diverse voluntary sector and community and fundamental to well-being society. There is added value in working together to achieve common goal and objective. Government responsibility to consult with the sector on issues that may affect it, to review complex operation annually, on financing among other things, transparent and common arrangement for approving and evaluating objective long-term use of funds to accessibility, to promote mutually beneficial working relationship, recognize and support the independence of the voluntary sector. Voluntary sector companies to promote mutually beneficial working relationship, to respect the law as to submit the case to the government and develop activity management, to maintain high standard of governance and accountability, to ensure users and stakeholders, to review complex operation annually, means strategy books for non-profit organization, 2004. COVID-19. Throughout the period of the COVID-19 crisis, the UK government has spent large sum of money to help ease the burden on those who lost their source of income, help affected business to continue and even support the find of health services. While there is no way to tell exactly what the economic damage from the global COVID-19 novel coronavirus pandemic will be, there is widespread agreement among economists that it will have negative impact on the global economy. Lastly, conclusion, A policy goal that can only be realized temporarily will finally satisfy those who have a relative short period of time. But while recent economic performance raises doubt about whether it remains a useful policy guide, it remains an important part of most economic conceptions.